about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Hello, welcome everybody. It's the F, it's the P, it's the L, it's the Bros, and it's episode 6 and 3, episode 63 on this wonderful Thursday evening. How are we doing out there?
Yeah, good. Just finished watching the Liverpool game. Gonna win the title. We're just, giving City a little bit of a head start.
How often I hear that?
No, I'm joking. Don't take that seriously. I'm only joking.
Oh dear.
Unless we win, then I'm not joking.
Yeah, unless you do win. That's well, you heard it here first, everyone. FPL Bros called it. So yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
As I said, it's Thursday evening. It's the end of game week 24.
Yeah, 24.
Right. So yeah, we literally just finished. I think they're still calculating the points, but at the moment I'm on 75, and it's nice after the past 3 or 4 weeks just being utterly dire. And I think the main thing I'm happy about is the fact that my captain actually returned, because
I'm fuming.
Yeah, and I makes a nice change.
Yeah, I chose the wrong captain.
Why? Who did you choose?
Foden.
Oh, Foden, yeah. To be honest, the KDB goal was a lucky one in my opinion, and I thought he had a stinker of a game. I thought his passing was all over the place, but he got the lucky rebound. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, points to point. Foden was quite unlucky. I think he had a really good header chance, but yeah. And then when Man City got the penalty, you think who's going to take it, because there's a bit of a lottery there, and it's looking like Mahrez.
They're taken now,
as long as Gundogan's not on the pitch, but because I remember Gundogan being in the penalty taker for a while. No,
I think it's been on Mahrez for a while now.
No.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, because we have double game weeks coming up, and I incorrectly said, last episode I incorrectly said it was game week 24. It's actually game week 25 and game week 26, both double game weeks. So for those of you who don't know, in game week 25, Manchester United and Brighton have doubles, and they're the only teams that have double. So basically, most teams play. I think Arsenal blank, and I can't remember who they blank with, but Manchester United and Brighton will play again at the end of the week. And then the following game week, which is game week 26, we have a bit more of an enticing double game week. 8 teams will play twice: Spurs, Burnley, Watford, Leeds, Palace, and Wolves. But I think the teams everyone's got their eye on are Liverpool, who play Norwich and Leeds, and Arsenal, who play Brentford and Wolves.
Yeah.
So Well, what would you say about these double game weeks coming up?
So basically, what I'd think is that you need to try and obviously get through some of the strikers. So thinking about Arsenal strikers, you want your Lacazettes. Liverpool, obviously, you want as many Liverpool players as you can get. So all 3 Liverpool players. Probably more inclined to go towards double defenders and 1 attacker, just because the defenders are more likely to be are less likely to be rotated. Sorry, I should say. Absolutely. So looking at the first double game week, for example, Brighton, I'd look at Brighton defenders as opposed to attackers, because I do think they've got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet against United. And who was the other team?
I'm not sure who Brighton also play the double. Let me just quickly.
I feel like it's Watford.
You could well be right, but you are right about that. If you want to hedge your bets, it's usually best to go with the defenders. People get excited. I say this every year. People get so excited about doubles, but they forget that especially if the games are close together, that the attacking players, the forward players, they do more. There's more chance of them getting rotated. There's more chance of them only playing like 60 minutes or even a half or something.
Yeah.
Because these managers, they don't play FPL. They're not bothered about your player log in 180 minutes. So people get so excited about double game weeks, but you've got to think, how likely is it that the player you're getting excited about is going to play both games? Think. I mean, goalkeepers, you're always safe with them, obviously. But then again, you've got to wonder how likely is they're going to get 2 clean sheets in a row. Anyway, Brighton have got Watford. Yes, you're absolutely right. And Man United have got Southampton. And then they don't play again until the Tuesday. Okay, so that's only what, Sunday, Monday. So that's what, like 2 days, 3 days. I suppose 3 days. Yeah, it's not the longest of time in between a game. I mean, if it was a Saturday, Wednesday, or a Saturday, Thursday, even, then you've got a good chance of the same 11 coming out both days.
Yeah.
But Saturday, Tuesday, I would be concerned.
I'm the same. I would be concerned too. So I do think Brighton defenders are a shout. And I do think that's probably it for me. Otherwise, I'm just going to stick with. There's some really good fixtures coming up this week, and I know we're going to go into that in a second. But we've got some sick fixtures. You've got Liverpool playing Burnley. You've got City playing Norwich. You've got Leeds playing a leaky Everton squad, and then you've got Aston Villa playing Newcastle, and Villa have shown some great goal capabilities here. So I wouldn't get too hung up on the double game week players.
No, I mean I agree with you. I agree with you, first of all, with the double game week for Manchester United and Brighton. It's leaving me cold, frankly. And, I'm not even sure I'm going to go anywhere near either team, to be honest. I've got other plans going on. To that in a little bit. But look, I got rid of Ronaldo, and I'm not missing him at all. Like 12 million, what was he, 12.2, something like that? He's gone. I feel free. I can breathe. I'm not waking up grinding my teeth or anything. It's a lighter life. I feel like a burden's been lifted. It's a nicer life. So some people are thinking, if you do go for United, a lot of people got Ronaldo already. They might want to keep him. All right, I'm not going to say anything. But I can't see him playing 180 minutes. Having said that, he didn't start the last game, so some people are saying, oh, well, it's more likely he's going to play the next game. Is it really, though? Rangnick still needs to figure that team out. Okay, he's got a lot of tinkering or he will do a lot of tinkering. Some people say Fernandes is a better shout. Again, maybe he is. I think Rangnick plays 3 in the middle now. Is it kind of a 4-3-3 he's got going on? And people think that Fernandes is looking a bit better, and that's it. Sancho has been mentioned. Rashford has been mentioned. Maybe one of the defenders have been mentioned. I think Dallow's the one that everybody likes to look of. And a lot of people have De Gea. Fine. As far as Brighton goes, I don't care about Mopé. I don't care about Trossard. I say forget about them. Right at defender, you've got Cucurella, probably going to play both games. Lamptey, but he gets his minutes managed so much. So, you're taking a punt there. Then you've got Dunk. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you've got the goalkeeper. Who is it? Is it Sanchez? Again, if you want to race the transfer on a goalkeeper, you don't have already have him. It's up to you. And who's their other defender they got there? He was quite popular at the beginning of the season.
Duffy?
No. Gosh. I think his name begins with a W.
What, for Brighton?
Yeah, Brighton.
Have a look.
Yeah, I am having a look. It's terrible. Yeah, that's how familiar I am with the Brighton squad.
I know, right?
Oh, it's not a W, it's a V, Veltman. He's only 4 points. Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about him.
Are you German now? Starts with a W.
Okay, but that's double game week 25 done and dusted.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Double game week 26, you're right. People also forget single game week players can smash it, and they frequently do. We're just coming off a game week where Jota's on course for 16 points, and he scored 2 goals. He's getting maximum bonus, clean sheet, and 5 points per goal because this is a midfielder. Again, that's a pretty good score even for a double game week player. So again, don't forget about the single game week players, especially the good ones who can easily smash it in a double game week, even though they've only got 1 game. So with Arsenal, you mentioned the forwards. Yeah, I mean, Lacazette, he doesn't do an awful lot for his price, but he's taking over with those assists and the odd goal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously
he's guaranteed to start.
Yes, there's that too. There's no danger of him not starting. I think the way they're looking up front at Arsenal and with Nketiah and Aubameyang gone, Obviously, there's Saka as well. He's always good. There's a good chance of getting returns. Martinelli has been posting some good numbers. Although I don't know. I was going to ask you, is he banned? Because he got 2 yellows tonight and was sent off. Does that mean he's banned for the first? Oh no, Arsenal don't play next week, do they?
No, they've got a they're not playing next week.
They're not playing next week.
So
So,
blank week.
but from double game week 26, I think their first game is against Brentford. Will Martinelli be banned for that? Answers on the back of a postcard. Then obviously there's Odegaard, who starts a lot, takes a lot of set pieces. He doesn't really score many points, but he's better than nothing. And then there's Smith.
Odegaard is all right though.
Yeah.
If he has a good game, he has a good game.
True. And then there's Smith Rowe, who I own, and the only reason I own is because he was cheaper than Saka. He hasn't started the last few games for Arsenal, but he did go through a phase of coming on and scoring. He's certainly got that in him. Usually when he plays, he normally gets at least one shot on target. So again, it's a bit of a punt. If Martinelli is indeed banned, then it's a racing certainty that Smith Rowe will start instead of him.
Good point.
Yeah, the defense is also good. Arsenal have shown themselves to be really good defensively at least in 2022. And so there's the usual suspects: Ramsey, Tierney, White. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd go for any of the others, but maybe if you want a differential, want to give that a punt.
Nah, I think the ones you mentioned are the main ones, and probably Tierney. He's got the most attacking potential.
Absolutely. And then, of course, how can we not talk about Liverpool? Obviously, a lot of people jumped the gun on Salah, and I was bricking it because I didn't have him this week, and I thought, oh, did he?
Yeah.
But luckily for me, and unluckily for a lot of other people, he came away with only 1 point tonight. But he should be raring to go by the time game week 26 rolls around. And up against the Norwich defence and the Leeds defence, it does not get much better than that. And I would just like to say that, we might as well discuss chip strategy if that's going to come up. The first thing I would say is that a lot of people are thinking about triple captain on Salah for double game week 26. And I am extremely tempted. I think he's going to play both games, and he's up against 2 leaky defences. And it's not often that you get the double game weeks aligning where you have 2 games where which just spell goals, and there's somebody who's in form and has been super reliable and is available for both those games, and it's just mouth-watering. I really like the idea of using a triple captain on Salah, or maybe even Mané if you want to go a little bit different for double game week 26 for Liverpool. What are your thoughts?
I think that's a good shout. With the introduction of Luis Diaz, just something to think about.
Yeah.
He and Firmino need minutes, and you can't have Salah, Mané and Jota starting both games and playing the whole game. So there will be some sort of rotation element. But if he is as clinical as he has been previously, then I think triple captain on those 2 games is an excellent idea.
Yeah, it's Saturday, Wednesday, by the way, for the Liverpool double. The Arsenal double is Saturday, Thursday, but still Saturday, Wednesday, you usually get the top players managing both games. And, Salah's off on penalties as well. So, this time you might actually get to take one. I'm not going to be too down on the guy. But yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Briefly, chip strategy. Some people have been talking about using their bench boost for double game week 56, but you've got a plan for that. And the idea is to get. Sorry.
Are you going to use a wild card anytime soon?
No, I mean, we could go into it more in another pod, but basically, I'm going to save my wild card towards the end of the season. There's going to be a fixture shift. I think Chelsea are going to come into some good fixtures around about game week 28, and I might wildcard round about then. And there's going to be more double game weeks because of course we're going to know who's going to be in the FA Cup semi-finals and finals by then.
Look at you planned it all out, haven't you?
I've only thought about it now because I know I'm not going to think about it later. The short version is I'm saving my wildcard, but a lot of people are using it now. Some people have used it already, and a lot of people are planning for the double game weeks one thing I would say is be wary of how much Liverpool and Arsenal you stock up on, because obviously Arsenal blanking in the game week coming up now, which is game week 25, and they're also blanking in game week 27. So if you've got Arsenal players, even though they've got a double in game week 26, they're not going to be any use to you in game week 27. Liverpool also blank in game week 27. And in fact, there's quite a few blanks in game week 27 because I can't remember what it is. Is it the next round of the FA Cup?
27. It must be if Liverpool are also blanking.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're there in the League Cup final as well, aren't they?
Oh, God, you're right. Yeah, they've got a few blanks coming then.
Unless the League Cup final is scheduled during a weekend when there's no Premier League fixtures. But yeah, so Arsenal and Liverpool, be wary of stocking up on them because they will blank in game week 27. Also, you might want to think about whether you're going to have a free hit in game week 27. Game week 30 is also going to be a big blank game week. So far, only two Premier League fixtures are confirmed for game week 30. And the rest we will know depending on how the FA Cup plays out. So think about that as well. But yeah, if you're bench boosting in game week 26, some people like to wildcard so they get all the double game week players in and make sure they're playing bench. And, again, I don't know what kind of teams you want to what kind of players from which teams you want to fill your team in with. But bench boost for game week 26, it's an option. But if you were going to do that, you probably would have planned it by now anyway. But you might still want to panic and do it. We've got a Saturday deadline, I think, this week, 11 o'clock. So you've got a couple of days to think about it. Yeah.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
I don't think there's going to be any COVID concerns, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So we should be okay to do early transfers. There's no midweek games either. So,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of changes in the prices in the market at the moment as well. I mean, Salah's going nuts with his price. Everybody's seeing he's back and they're all getting them in. A lot of people are getting punted out real quick. A lot of people have had it with Ronaldo. 70,000 managers got rid of Jota this week as well. Can you imagine?
Oh my God, seriously?
Yeah, seriously. So there's a lot of volatility in the market as well. So if you want to make your transfers, obviously the rules have changed. If you're not aware, the rules have changed with the COVID. It used to be that if you had COVID, whether it was regardless of players or staff, you could ask for the game to be called off. Now it just has to be players. Yeah. And it has to be COVID as well. I think, with injuries or international duty and all the rest of it, people were getting away with maybe a little bit more than they should have done. Now they've really narrowed it down. So there's less likely to be called off. But don't forget, players are still getting tested. Some of them still test positive, and you don't really know who it is until after the game. So have a playing bench. Just try to say about that.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, I think we've covered a fair bit. Unless there's anything to add.
No, I think probably just get one player from you to look out for this game week come in. We'll probably do another pod, but just a heads up from what you've seen so far this game week, who would you look out for in the next game week?
I would look at Aston Villa players. Let me just make absolutely certain they're playing in game week 25 because I'm not certain.
They're playing Newcastle.
Oh, they play Newcastle, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Not necessarily the goal bonanza that they used to be with their completely revamped defence, but still, Aston Villa have impressed me. I may have been wrong about Coutinho. I did say his minutes were going to be managed, and he still didn't complete 90 minutes in the last game. But he did do an awful lot in the time he was on the pitch. Having said that, Jacob Ramsey, cheap enabler, that's who I definitely want to tip for the next game week. How about you?
I agree with you on Ramsey. Great value for money player. Another player who's I can't believe I still haven't put in my team yet. I always keep saying about how good he is. James Ward-Prowse. He's literally a godsend. He's on all the set pieces. He's just amazing for the team. And like that comeback they had against Spurs, it couldn't have been done without him. He is in goal, like good value for money.
No, he's come good, obviously. I mean, that Spurs game was a weird one, to say the least. I certainly didn't sort of see that scoreline coming, but hey-ho. Conte is another person who's still needs to tinker about with that squad of his. Okay, so there you have it. Keep an eye on Ramsey. Keep an eye on Ward-Prowse. They're relatively inexpensive midfielders, although there's a lot of midfielders at the moment. You could do worse than those two.
You're all about to witness a monumental throwdown.
Okay, well, that's the end of this week's episode. Thank you very much, Derek, for taking the time to do the pod. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitter. It's at FPL_Bros. Also, if you're listening or watching rather, or whatever on YouTube, please hit subscribe, hit like, and help us out. And send out good vibes in good karma, because it will come back to you in points. I'm not going to guarantee it, but it's pretty likely to happen. Hit like, hit subscribe, help us out, and it'll be good for us and good for the channel. Thank you very much for doing so. Okay then. Yeah, that's all that's left for me now. And one last thing, I just want to say congratulations to Mané for winning Cup of African Nations with Senegal.
Yeah, congrats to Mané. Congrats to Jamie for winning FPL Player Manager of the Month for December.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to pick up that award. It might as well be. Okay then. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So I'm just going to say goodbye now.
Peace out, guys.